Today I played a 13,000 LP Challenger lobby where I had Agurin on my team and two LEC pros with Kaori and Labrov. I just want to show you guys how good Qiyana gaming looks like, how you can convert games basically perfectly, and how you can win games with this champion. If you want me to help your ranked journey, make sure to check out the link in the description. You can also find a link to free coaching right there where I give you a structured plan for 2 weeks without you paying a single penny. Alright guys, let's jump right into the game. I'm gonna walk you through all my thought processes, I'm just gonna explain to you what's going on in my mind, how we kind of ended up carrying this game, and what exactly you can do to win games on Qiyana, and how you can convert games when you are ahead without throwing away your lead, because let's be honest, that's what happens very often. You get a lead with Qiyana early game and then you just throw it away. Now, I'm placing a Raptor Ward here, guys. You just want to track enemy jungle, so you kind of know where they are. You don't want your side lanes to die randomly. You don't want to die yourself, so just knowing where enemy jungle is super, super important. My support, which is Labrov, helps me out right there, which is really good, because I'm basically not in danger of getting face checked there by the Graves or the Kog'Maw. And now, honestly, with Qiyana, it's all about sitting back. I'm gonna skip through this a bit quicker. As you can see, I'm literally just catching this wave. I'm auto-attacking one creep, then queuing the last one. I'm trying to do that really slowly, so the wave keeps shoving into me. Now, fast forward, nothing really happens here. I mean, I just give minions, I'm literally just sitting back, chilling, having a good time, playing Qiyana like you have to play her. This is simply how the champion works. And I missed the Q there. And now, the moment I get level 2, I try to hit a nice little WQ. This is something we can take a look at a bit slower. So, the moment I go for that WQ is when this minion drops low, which allows me to then hit that WQ, because Kog'Maw has to make a decision between hitting the creep or dodging my Q, which kind of overwhelms his mental stack, and that allows me to hit a Q. Okay, let's skip forward again. I'm sitting back here. We just grab grass, take it nice and slow, nice and easy. Try to CS as well as we can. We miss a couple of creeps here, but that's totally fine. Because now when I get level 3, this is where it actually gets interesting, right? This is where Qiyana really starts shining, where you want to start having a bit of an aggressive time here. So I immediately start looking for a trade. I position in a way where I can EQ the Kog'Maw and then W auto Q. With Electrocute especially, I see a lot of people overforcing trades. But if you can take a trade that puts you ahead of the enemy's HP bar, this is already good enough. As you can see, I'm clearly already higher health than Kog'Maw, which is absolutely fantastic. And now, there's a very important concept here. Usually, guys, you want to trade around your Electrocute cooldown, right? So my Electrocute isn't up yet. But the reason why I go for a trade here is because now, when I have Electrocute up and I grab Ice, right, he is in kill range now. If I don't go for that trade, he wouldn't be in kill range. So if I now try to kill him, he would absolutely die to that. If I don't go for that trade, I would have difficulties doing that. So I essentially walk up, I EQ WQ the Kog'Maw with level advantage and flash over the wall. I see Graves show up here, but my team is already following. So I W out, and I just take an instant reset here. The reason why you can't shove this wave in is because of tempo. If I push this wave, that means that Kog'Maw will arrive at this wave first, because I'm delaying my reset. So I'm taking a reset immediately. I'm getting a pickaxe here and a potion. Gonna skip forward here a little bit. And yeah, I mean, we just end up having a really, really nice first base advantage. So fast forward, you can see that Agurin is trying to make a bot lane play here. He's on Elise. Just takes a reset here. Havas is bot lane. Really, really good. And now the most important thing is that we extend our lead. And we want to do that by slowly chipping away at the enemy's HP bar. Not overforcing any trades. Just taking trades that are good for us and really bad for Kog'Maw. So a lot of people overforce trades right now. But it's super important that you simply preserve your HP in case something happens on the map. That is by far the most important thing. So I get hit by 1 Q here. It's fine though, because I have that Bard thingy that just heals me up. And now I'm honestly just trying to get out of this wave state. The reason why I'm not trading here is because this wave state is really bad for trading. So I just one-shot the backline minions. I walk up. I trade a little bit of HP here to just get the wave into neutral. Something you can always remember is that having the wave in neutral or in on your side is usually it's really, really good, because you can extend that lead through that. You can use the minions to trade. And you can also try to punish the enemy champion on the last hits. I tried there. I missed a Q. That's fine though. Now, the wave is currently in neutral state, which is fantastic, because I can use the backline creeps to E onto them and then trade onto the Kog'Maw here. which is also something that you'll see in a moment, where I'm basically just last hitting minions, right? And whenever he tries to go for a last hit or he walks up a bit too close, I can basically look for a trade. So I hit a an EQ there. He dodges my Q, which is fine. And this is already like net positive for me because Qiyana has really high kill ranges. Kog'Maw doesn't, so this is pretty decent. Now I grab grass and I keep slow building this wave, just looking for some trading opportunities. Sit back, and not do too much, honestly. Like, the higher elo you get, the more you will realize not doing bad things is more important than doing insanely good things. You don't have to do crazy things to kind of win games in higher ranks, but you need to like preserve your health and just be available on the map permanently. Now here I try to just QW the Kog'Maw, proc sudden impact, works out beautifully. The reason why you should do that is actually quite simple. You can see that he wants to like last hit the minions, right? So exactly when he goes for those last hits and he tries to like last hit them, I basically pressure him to put him further behind. Now this is one thing that's really cool. You can pull the wave a bit by walking to the side, which leads to all of these minions attacking this one creep, and that leads to the wave kind of shoving into you, and you can keep a neutral wave state for a bit longer here, which is exactly what I do. I grab grass, since I want to be poking out the Kog'Maw here a bit. I'll be skipping forward a tiny bit, and the moment I kind of like see him walk up, I can just EQ and then W out. It's really important that you don't overforce this and WQ as well. You just want to EQ dip out, EQ dip out, which allows you to stay full HP. And that means if something happens on the map right now, I'm super free to just continue like to continue like playing on the map, or I can also just take a reset. Now I know that Kog'Maw takes a base here, or that he will like sit back, and I'm really high on gold. And this is a super important concept where not every reset has to be when you are low HP. When you are high on gold and you know that the play will happen in like the next minute, it makes a lot of sense to take a reset. Simply put, because you can spend your gold, and especially because like when you have a tempo advantage over your opponent, this means that I'm arriving at this wave first. So now I'm on the map for the dragon with more items and first on the wave, right? So that allows me to place a pink, push the wave, and have great prio for this play. Now, I end up just shoving this wave, using a pink ward here. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm pushing this, or slow building it. Or maybe even, like, looking for a couple of Qs here. Yeah, if I hit that WQ, he loses a lot of health. I sadly miss it. This is very suboptimal, actually, because I'm now half HP and the Drake is up. So, yeah, let's actually see what happens here. Let's fast forward here a bit. I basically try to EQ. Beautiful. I don't lose a single bit of health, I'm pretty sure. He might hit the E, but that's basically about it. And hits like one more auto attack. But this is a net positive trade for me. So this is actually pretty decent. Let's skip forward here a bit. I try to hit an EQ, sadly I miss it. Elise is now almost about to start the dragon, I think. Because I pinged it, so she wants to go for that dragon. I'm down for that. The thing is though, if you don't have to move, I don't think you should. You can actually just keep a freeze. Obviously, if I realized that my Elise needs help, I would probably move. But in this case, it kind of made sense for me to just stay mid lane, I think. Because I had really good vision over Graves, my bot lane already won, so it's not really needed for me to move towards Agurin there, right? I think he was fine doing the Drake himself, because we see everyone on the map and it's not really needed to move here. I was actually watching his stream and he said that it's kind of funny that I ping the Drake and then don't move. But normally I would move. I was just not entirely sure if I should. This was actually one of those situations where I was a bit on the fence, like should I move here or not? Here what I tried is I tried to basically EQ, E and then Q flash, WQ with ignite and kill the Kog'Maw. Didn't really work out, but I got his flash and the wave is still in a very good position. I think my decision here to not move towards the dragon was fine, because it allowed me to keep pressuring the Kog'Maw. Otherwise I would have just shoved the wave without getting any advantage. And now I basically miss my Q, which is actually super bad, and I'm really weak right now, so I should just be looking for a reset. But instead of looking for a reset and monitoring the wave, this is actually like one of the few mistakes I made this game. I go for a 1-for-1, which is a really flippy thing to do. Like the best play here would have been for me to just like one-shot this wave. Basically, I want to Q these two like range creeps and then WQ out into this direction, so I would like W into this side and then like Q into this side and then take a reset in this bush, and it would be like really good. Didn't really end up happening. It's whatever. I mean, I still end up getting the kill. So it's kind of alright, I guess. But yeah, this is not something you usually want to be doing. Now, I come back here. Let's skip forward a bit. And I actually want to take a look at the game state here and like give you guys an idea of how I want to be playing the game. So I have a 3-0 Ornn, but my ADC is also doing pretty well. And Agurin is pathing from top to bot, right? So I was like, okay, playing into an Ornn is a little bit sketchy. Like, it's not really a win condition in that sense. So I was like, even though my Ornn is really far ahead, I kind of want to play into bot side. That's why I decided to like place a pink bot, move bot a lot, and kind of like play around that. Now, let's actually skip forward here. And let's actually see how we execute that game plan. Because one really important concept is that you create a game plan for yourself, that you decide for one side that you want to play into, and usually you want to play into the side that's simply stronger. Now, Kaori just completely smurfs that sequence there, was pretty crazy. Levels up by killing the Zilean and just barely survives the Zilean bomb. That was really, really clean. So let's see what happens here. I basically just one-shot the wave, and I'm thinking about where I should set up my vision. In this case, I told you guys I want to play into bot side. So I W over the wall here, I place a Raptor ward, and now I can freely lean towards the side and roam bot lane whenever I want to, because I have vision everywhere, right? It's like really chill for me to just play bot side. So as you can see, I'm heavy leaning on this side. You will not see me stand in this kind of like edge at all. I'm basically always standing right there, and I'm only trying to trade when I'm like full HP still. So you will never see me go for trades that are like flippy in this case. I'm only going to EQW to the side, EQW to the side, and so on, right? It's kind of the whole purpose of playing Qiyana in these situations. Like, you don't want to sacrifice your map presence for trades after your first base. This is the main basic concepts that I'm trying to get across here. Now, you can see that my Elise is currently finishing the Grump, so I'm really just looking to make a bot lane play happen here. Which is kinda cool, because now look how perfectly we team up with our Elise. And one thing I really wanna like, I really want to emphasize here. The only reason why I'm able to do that is because I have a lead in my lane and Kog'Maw can't walk up to the wave. So that's why I can just one-shot the wave. And also what requires this play from me is to early on realize that Elise, in this case Agurin, is like currently finishing the Grump. So it's very chill for me to just move, because we literally have a 4v3 at max. Like, even if Graves is there, Kog'Maw just had to catch the wave, so I'm first on this play. And we just try to make this play happen. So let's actually take a look at how we execute this. Let's take a look at what happens here. So you can see that MF ults, I Q the MF with a WQ, I kill the Zilean with my Zeri. Bard still ends up dying. And now a lot of people would have walked back to the wave. The thing is, I'm losing this wave anyways. So instead of walking back, I just take a reset, spend my gold, get my Profane, and then I come back onto this wave, not losing a single minion on that one, which is just better for tempo overall. So I get my Lucidities, I get Profane. A lot of people ask me, Edo, should I still go Voltaic or not? I think Profane Lucidities is the best build still, and it was also the best build last patch. The numbers are probably not proving me right, but I think it's just the most consistent build you can go for. So as you can see, I don't miss a single creep here, which is really fantastic. And yeah, now we just keep playing this game out by playing for bot side, right? So I'm kind of moving towards bot here. I'm leaning a tiny bit, placing a Raptor ward again. Just kind of, you know, sitting here, taking a look if something happens bot. Just hovering that side. And I'm kind of like not playing into top side at all. I mean, you will see that I wasn't in this area at all. Since that's simply how you like play League as a mid laner. You decide for one side of the map and then you play into that. So I shove the wave again, which is like the most important thing in this case, and I immediately start moving towards bot. And look how much time I have. Literally, the wave is still here, so I have a lot of time to make a play happen here. I do realize though that this play doesn't really look that promising. And I also don't have ult. So I just ping it off, I go back mid, and I think I lose like 1 or 2 melees. If we skip forward, I grab ice. I come back mid lane and I lose like, what is it? I think I lose 1 melee worth of experience, which is totally fine. Q Profane. And another really important concept. The further up you push the wave, the more time you have until the next wave is there. Since if you wait until the wave arrives mid lane, you have less time, of course, because the wave is already walking. So now I'm already bot lane, and the wave is not even mid lane yet. Like, look how much time I have to play this. So I basically burst the Zilean here to get his ult out, And then we can play after that, which like enables me to just ult. I killed a zillion with it, I flashed them F-ult, and the play is just absolutely fantastic. One thing though, and that's actually a mistake I think, I could have... So, if you look at the map here, I could have played for one wave more, because usually you want to time your plays with your jungler, right? So one thing I could have done is I could have shoved this, I could have hovered bot, then went back mid lane, shoved this next wave as well, and then play bot side when Elise is ready to play. This play is a bit early, and that's why it's like a tiny bit sketchy, and it's a numbers even fight. Ideally you want numbers advantage fights. So I think shoving this wave would have been a bit more clean, it would have been a bit of a better play compared to doing it right now. But at the end of the day it still ends up working out, because I'm like really far ahead, and we fundamentally just like play the fight really well. So that's really, really good. And then also, don't overforce plays if you don't have Summoner Spell and ult up. Here I don't have ult anymore, the play is over, so I immediately ping it off. I go mid lane to shove, and I'm immediately just taking a look at taking a reset here. Since Kog'Maw dies, I have enough time to get a plating though, right? So Kog'Maw ends up dying, which is really cool, and that allows me to just get a bit more gold here, so I can shove one more wave. And the rule of thumb for me that I have in my mind is, when Kog'Maw's death timer is at 8 seconds, that's when you want to reset. Because then you are going to arrive first. So that's exactly what I do. Do you see that? I wanted to take a reset. I mean, we see that Graves just, like, yeah, runs into the Bard queue and just dies. But I insta-reset because I want to be first on this wave. So we take a base here. You know, we continue playing the game. We build into our Umbral, which is usually my second item. And I didn't really need serpents this game. And then I shove one more wave here. I see that my Zeri resets. And we are at the point where you kind of want to switch up the lane assignments. My Zeri is super strong, so I shove the wave. And I identify super early that my Zeri wants to be mid lane and I want to be on side lane wave, right? So the lane assignments, they have been switched. And now, as a mid laner, the most important thing, if you are winning the side lane matchup, is that you permanently create push. So your opponent has to permanently collect those waves. And that allows you to either move into enemy jungle or take a reset and create a numbers advantage on the other side of the map. Which is what we call the space tempo tech. So I auto-tag the wave. Another important concept is that you don't want to use abilities to shove, since it can be dangerous. In this case I have good vision, so all I gotta do is just shove the waves. Ideally you want to hold grass and use profane and auto-attacks to push. I realized there's no real play happening here, so I kind of just hover, you know. I made the Gnar respond, we see Graves, so I kind of hover mid lane in case something happens. And I ping my Ornn to go top lane here, because like it's bad that my Ornn isn't on top lane wave here, but yeah, it is what it is. Alright, so I see the Gnar here. I can't really fight him because Graves is hovering, and my team isn't there, so I thought that he would maybe continue shoving, but as mentioned, this is a pretty high challenger level game, so Gnar respects the fact that he can't really keep pushing, and we just continue playing the game here on side lane. Now, as you guys can see, I'm basically 10 CS per minute. As a mid laner, honestly, if you just push side lane waves out, and if you play a good lane, this should be the case almost every single game. You should have between 8 and 10 CS per minute. If you don't have that, you probably messed up at some point and you didn't push side lane waves. If the game is a bit more chaotic, I can see a world where you don't have those numbers. But you can basically always have like 7.5 to 8 CS per minute. Like essentially every single game. Now, pinging neutral objectives, guys, I want to be playing for the next dragon here. And also, as a mid laner, if you are on side lane, you need to respect the fact that you are on weak side. I see that my team is making a top lane play. And now, if you pause this picture for a second here, there is a mid lane wave, and nobody is on that wave. So, that is a really bad thing. Usually, you always want this wave to be pushing into the enemies, so they feel pressured to respond to that wave mid lane. So, what I do here is I essentially take one more wave, and instead of wasting my time bot side, you will see me immediately sprint towards mid lane here, because MF is shoving, right? I could have even moved mid lane one wave earlier. And that basically allows us to save the tier 1 tower. I thought that she would die, because we could maybe like kill with Ornn. Didn't really happen. So I just shoved the wave. And now again you want your mid laner, you want your ADC to be on mid lane wave, and you want to be playing these objectives. So I see the Drake is up in 130, and I'm sitting on a lot of gold. So I reset perfectly with tempo from my team, right? Zeri is resetting, Agurin just came freely off his base. And now I'm on the map with like 2 full items and Drake is up in 1 minute 13. This is like picture perfect scenario for playing this dragon. Now let's actually see how we play that dragon. First of all, you need to communicate it properly by using your pings. And now, I kind of see that there's a pick that we can make on this Gnar. So we play this like really slow. I EQ the Gnar, I grab grass again because there's no real reason to grab rock. I ult him because it just creates a guaranteed numbers advantage and it kills him faster so I can push the wave. And now we basically shove this wave in, you know, nothing too crazy. Create numbers here. And we see that 3 people are mid lane, so it's very free for me to just keep walking up. And I realized that my Ornn is not really going for the top lane wave. So I start to like channel my reset, and then I see that Elise is now currently in the bot side jungle. So there are 2 things that can happen. Either we play for the Drake, or we want to siege this tower. So I kind of take a reset here, just preemptively, and then I see that Elise wants to go for the tower, so I just start hitting it together with Elise. And now we just have a free bot lane tower here essentially, which is super cool. And we basically trade sides here. My team, like my ADC sadly died on mid wave, which is a bit suboptimal. If they just catch the wave and we get bot tower, it's a 1 for none trade. They don't get anything, we get bot tower, that would be like really good. Now I'm sitting on a lot of gold again and I'm half HP. So currently I am really weak, guys. The only play that you have when you are weak is taking a reset. So I'm just immediately looking to base. And I'm looking to play the dragon here with my team, freshly off my base. And ideally you want to create these situations with Qiyana, where you spend all your gold, you have really good items, you have flash, you have ult, you have everything up, you're ready to go, in order to play. One small detail, I'm sorry for pausing again, but usually you would love for this wave to be at this tower while playing the Drake. I couldn't do that though, because the fight was already ongoing. Agurin completely smurfs this fight. Look at how he plays. Oh my goodness. Like, guys, that was actually like really insane. Look at this. Please look at how he plays this. He stuns the Graves, then flash Qs smites the dragon, and then grabs the Herald over the wall. I mean, what I do is not even special compared to that. Like, I come in and I basically ER QWQ enemy Kog'Maw MF and we get the kill. But yeah, I mean, that's just complete madness. Complete madness. And after a play, guys, you need to like catch side lane waves. You can see that my Ornn is dead, top lane wave is pushed, and Zeri's on mid wave. So the only wave that's left is bot lane wave. So you can see that I'm just being bot here, you know. I'm catching this wave, I'm shoving it in, and I'm gonna skip forward here a bit. I'm gonna speed this up. I play some vision, so I'm safe on side. I shove another wave. This is super important, so someone responds to it. And you can see Misfortune responds. Now I go mid lane, I catch that wave as well. Why? Because nobody's on mid wave. And then I see that Zeri wants to catch that wave, so I take a reset. Did you see that sequence? Got the Drake, shoved it, went mid lane, shoved it, took a reset, and now we have all 3 waves shoved out, and it's super easy to play. Now, if you pause after me coming out of the space, you can see that we got Baron buff, right? And there are several ways how you can play this out. So I was watching the Agurin stream afterwards of this game just to learn about how he thinks and to understand if he kind of sees the decisions I make a bit differently, right? So in this case, we have 2 options. We can either play 1-3-1 or we can play 4-1. Normally this is a bit safer, but the enemy team doesn't really have that much engage, so I think it would have been better to play 1-3-1. And I kind of type into the chat in a moment that I want to play a 4-1. This is just my default, kind of. As you can see, I wanted to play mid and top because there's a top lane tier 2 tower available. And I ping away the bot, the bot wave. My team, though, decides to play 1-3-1, which is the right call, as they are a bit higher elo than me right now, right? So kind of makes sense that they go for that. And then what ends up happening is that I see, okay, my team wants to play a 1-3-1, you know. I'm going to let Ornn shove this in, I'm going to let my ADC shove this in, and I'm going to push top while staying safe, while placing a pink ward on the Phaelite here. And then we can easily play 1-3-1 and we can kind of pressure all sides. And now just take a look at how unplayable the situation is for the enemy team. I essentially just shove this wave in, I Q this wave, we automatically get this tower because it's super low. I just managed to like not die, sit back, you know, don't do too much. And we kind of want to sync waves. And this is a concept that is only really used above GM and Challenger. Like master players don't really use this concept. Where you want to be syncing up your waves perfectly. So you are pressuring all 3 sides. And as you can see, this wave is crashing, and I'm about to crash this wave too. Now the enemy team can only realistically respond to 2 waves because we have Baron buff, right? So they respond to bot lane and mid lane wave, and that allows me to freely hit this tower. I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit. And now you can actually see that I just get this tower for completely free. Like, nobody's contesting me. And we just slowly chip away at the enemy space. You don't have to force anything here. All you gotta do is now move into the mid lane, get the next tower as well, stay safe, you know, play the fight really nice and slow. Don't do too much. And yeah, just wait for mistakes, honestly. You don't have to force anything. So we just get the mid lane tower, we get the inhibitor, moving, fasting forward here a little bit, you know. We get the second inhib too, and now they have 3 open inhibs. And yeah, my team ends up inting here a little bit, which is obviously not ideal, but it's fine. We just have to take a reset here. I was actually looking to play the Drake instead of continuing to siege. The play is kind of over, you know, like we have 2 dead teammates, so there's no play to go for. I'm just hovering here. I don't really want this fight. I'm just hovering in order to like help my team in case something happens. So we chill out. I realize the play is over. My Lee's and my Zeri are resetting, so I take a base myself. And now we ping the dragon. We take a base with Baron buff. We build into our Death Dance, which is usually the 4th item that I go for. And yeah, we just set up everything perfectly for this dragon. I try to find a pick here, and we do end up actually making a pick on the Gnar. Nothing too crazy. I just Q him, I dodge his ult, I use R, auto attack, EQ, and yeah, we shove that wave in a bit. And we just end up, I think, ending the game here, basically. I tried to... Oh my god, let's please don't talk about that. I tried to EQ flash the Sidelane here to get his ult, but I didn't use my E. I think I didn't buffer it properly. It's whatever. Doesn't really matter too much, you know. We are just really, really far ahead, so we can just end this game. Guys, I know that we are really far ahead. I know my team played really well, like all of them are Challenger players. But this is still a very good example of how you want to be converting games on Qiyana. You want to be on your side lane waves. You want to be very, very strict with which waves you take, which waves you don't. Mid lane wave always has to be shoved out. You want to be playing around those neutral objectives, taking high percentage plays, not inting the game by dying. That's super, super important. And then you create beauty. And yeah, you just have a fantastic time. And you can win a lot of your games, guys. So yeah, prioritize those waves, have a good early game. Enjoy your games, and yeah, just have a good time, guys, okay? That was it for me today. Not the most usual video for me, but I thought it would be really cool to do it this way. If you guys, as mentioned, want help from me to level up your rank journey, make sure to check the link down below. I'm happy to help you out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye-bye.